Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today for a very special SeaDream Yacht Club webinar. My name is Anna. I'm an Industry Relations Manager here at CLIA, and I'm going to just quickly go through some housekeeping before introducing our presenter. About 35 minutes with time for questions at the end. Please feel free to type your questions into the questions module of the webinar, and we'll get to them at the conclusion of the presentation. The webinar is being recorded and will be posted on CLIA's YouTube channel, which is CLIA Global. And with that, it is my pleasure to introduce our presenter, Bob Lepisto. Bob is president of SeaDream Yacht Club and was part of the original SeaDream team assembled in September 2001, responsible for the launch of the company. Before being named president in January 2009, Bob was SeaDream's Senior Vice President, Worldwide Marketing and Sales. Prior to joining SeaDream, Bob was Vice President of Sales for the Americas at Cunard Line and was responsible for both Cunard and Seabourn Cruise Line. And with that, take it away, Bob.
Thank you so much, Anna, and I want to thank all of you for joining us today. Look forward to making this a productive time for all. And also, if you have any questions, as Anna indicated, don't hesitate to let me know. It is shocking that we are now 21 years in business. We are just celebrating our 21st anniversary. And I, along with the founder, Atle Brennestad, started the company a full 21 years ago. It's been nothing but great times. We've obviously all gone through challenges, and the recent challenge with with the pandemic. But we started our company just prior to 9/11, so we know how to get over bumpy roads and move on into the future. Right from the start of our company, now 21 years ago, we said it's yachting, not cruising. Little did I think that now that would ring better than ever, for in many cases, a lot of the wrong reasons. But I will tell you, our guests are absolutely loving the small, very intimate size of our two little yachts. We want every guest to feel like they're on their own private yacht with some other interesting people. Both yachts hold a maximum of 56 couples who are served by 95 crew members. I'll show you some of the staterooms in a moment, but we do have 56 separate accommodations, so we can go up to 112 guests, but we also have some of our yacht club staterooms that can convert into Commodore suites or double staterooms. And in those cases, we end up in a situation where we have, say, accommodations for 46 couples. So in many cases on our voyages, the crew outnumbers the guests, or the crew to guest ratio is absolutely 1-to-1. During the pandemic, both yachts went through a dramatic renovation. And when I say dramatic, the actual staterooms were taken down to the steel, and nothing that you see in this renovated image was in the stateroom prior to the renovation. All flooring, all ceilings, all carpet, all furniture, all electronics, everything brand new in all of the staterooms. I'm going to show you on the website later, but if you go to photos.seadream.com, you will be able to get images of all of these renovated pictures, as well as other things there as well. The staterooms are, the yacht club staterooms are 195 square feet. They're configured as you see here. They're all ocean view, all outside. The only difference is if you were in a yacht club stateroom on deck 2, instead of this very large rectangular window, you would have 2 very large portholes. Here is an example of the Commodore suite, as I mentioned. Again, all ocean view. We are popular in the incentive world because we have 54 identical staterooms, as you saw in the prior images. We also, during this renovation project, we removed and replaced 100% of the teak on both SeaDream 1 and SeaDream 2. So none of the teak from before was there. You can see here the pool deck area. This is deck 3, but all brand new teak, which our guests are absolutely loving. Now, those of you who have been on SeaDream in the past, what we did on the top of deck 6 is we extended this deck 6 area. We added these 2 couples hot tubs or cold tubs based on the time of year you're using them. We also did all new decking up here, all new furniture up at the top of the yacht. There's another picture of the hot tubs. Panoramic view when you're up in that area. New showers up on deck 6 area. The pool deck's always been very popular, but until we went through this dramatic renovation, we did not have the hot tubs and the showers up on forward on deck 6. So this has been a really, really popular enhancement to both SeaDream 1 and SeaDream 2. We still have our golf simulator in the lower right-hand picture. You can see the door to the golf simulator, and there's our Instagram wall up there on deck 6, along with a hammock, all again brand new. Our guests love to sleep under the stars, and a signature of SeaDream is every guest gets their own personalized pajamas with their name on them. On the first night of the voyage, it's one of our pillow gifts. We have other pillow gifts as well, but if the guests want to sleep under the stars at night, we make proper beds for them. And we have multiple locations throughout the yacht up on deck 6 where guests can sleep under the stars. They absolutely love that opportunity. Here's another picture of the area where the Balinese dream beds can be made up. You see the captain's chairs there. You really feel like you own the world when you're sitting in those captain chairs on SeaDream. The SeaDream experience is it's casual elegance. If you're on your own private yacht, you don't want fancy tuxedos or gala gowns or a huge amount of packing. You can come very comfortable on SeaDream. I would say that when we're dining in the dining salon, many of the gentlemen choose to wear a jacket, but it is not required. We do require a collared shirt when we're dining on the indoors, but most of our dining is done outdoors. Absolute service, second to none. I'll talk more about the cuisine and the service and how proud as the president of the company I am about our crew members. We actually were very blessed post-pandemic. We actually were the last company to still be operating prior to the pandemic and the first to start operating after the pandemic. But we've been very blessed on the full restart. Now we've operated well over a year since we restarted, but over 90% of our crew came home. So I know some in the travel industry have had staffing challenges to kind of meet the expectation of their guests. We are continuing to exceed the expectation of our guests because so many of our crew members came home. And I would also say on most of our voyages, 60% of our guests or more are repeaters, and they're so happy to see the crew members they love so much. Our crew is noted for calling our guests by name within the first 24 hours they're on board, remembering their preferences, and just having some incredible ability to understand what really, really personable service is without kind of violating that personal space. This is Tomas, one of our chefs. When we're in the Mediterranean, our guests love to go shopping with our chefs. And this is one of those days out on a shopping tour. Samples of the cuisine you can experience on board. We have gourmet cuisine, basically as shown here, but we went one step further. We also offer for those guests who want to make the most healthy choices, We have gourmet living or raw cuisine. So any and every dietary requirement that any of your clients may have, we can meet and exceed whatever needs they may have on their voyage. Here's some examples of incredibly healthy choices on SeaDream. We don't overly push this. I would say that we've got, the very rich sauces and real French cuisine and so forth. But for those interested, on every menu, there's choices from the living or raw cuisine area of the menu. From that pool deck area, a few steps down, and you're into our yacht's marina. You can see in this image, it's a small marina, and that's actually the good news, because we're able to come into a port and deploy our marina, and from the front of the yacht, take the crane and bring the water sports equipment down onto the water. We can do this very quickly. There are some vessels out there with far more elaborate marinas, but I can tell you from experience, I know the crew will cancel many times water sports activities because of sea conditions or weather conditions. Fortunately, we're able to deliver. Again, it's yachting, not cruising. And part of yachting is being out on the water and enjoying all of these toys. We also have mountain bikes on the yachts. This is the top of the yacht bar, just forward of where you saw those hot tubs. It is just an incredible bar. We have dancing up here. We have just a lot of fun. It's open during the day as well as late into the night. You can see some dining tables there. The nice thing about our dining experience on SeaDream is almost all of our meals are outside. That's what yachting's all about, being out in the open air. But wherever you're dining outside on SeaDream, you don't feel like there's a large number of other guests around. Again, because we're in small little alcoves around the yacht, dining and enjoying. We also have a, I don't even like to call it a casino. We have a gaming table in the area where our piano bar is on deck 4. It's an area of the yacht that also, like the top of the yacht bar, is a lot of fun. The piano bar and this gaming table, guests love to get together, connect, and meet each other. We do movies under the stars, as you can see here. We have an incredible Thai spa. We've got 5 massage therapists on each of the yachts from Thailand. We do Tai Chi and yoga in the mornings. We also have a beautiful fitness area. Your clients who love massage treatments will tell you, I got one on SeaDream, second to none. Also, when we do our private beach party in the Caribbean, our massage therapists are on the beach providing massage treatments there as well. The SeaDream product is highly inclusive. However, massage treatments are not one of the inclusions, but they are optional and guests absolutely love it. For guests interested, we have Tai Chi and yoga every morning offered. We also, when we're in the Caribbean, we do our very, very memorable champagne and caviar splash. If we're not, we're at the private beach in the Caribbean and we're in the Mediterranean, we do a really fun party around the pool called Shaken Not Stirred with champagne, caviar, and various opportunities for martinis. Now, staying true to it's yachting, not cruising, wherever we are in the Caribbean or the Mediterranean, we're always looking for the places the big ships are not. We want our guests to look at other mega yachts, not huge cruise ships. Places like Saba, places like Jost Van Dyke. We go to Norman Island, Martinique, St. Lucia, Anguilla, which our guests absolutely love. If you've never been to Shoal Beach, you need to go there. It's a great short distance from where we are in Anguilla. We overnight in St. Bart's, but rest assured, we're not going where the big cruise ships are. We're going where the mega yachts are, and our guests absolutely love the Caribbean experience on SeaDream. Here's some examples of voyages. And we do have some space left. Fourth quarter 2022 in the Caribbean. These are some examples of voyages, both 5 as well as 6 and 7 night voyages. Again, you can see Saba, you can see Norman Island, St. Bart's where we overnight, Nevis. If you have clients that like to golf, we provide golf opportunities both in Anguilla as well as Nevis. Also St. Kitts on some itineraries, we're able to offer golf. And when we go to St. Kitts, we're over, not where the big cruise ships are, we're over at Carambola Beach, and we tender our guests ashore. Again, I never want any of our guests confronted with a line of cruise passengers wherever we happen to be. Now, in the Mediterranean, places like Taormina, Idra, Bonifacio, Var in Croatia, we will go to the Mykonos and Santorini's, although I wish we could avoid them because they can become too crowded. But like in Greece, we love to go to Paros and Patmos and Naxos, and again, places where the big ships are not. Bonifacio is a favorite in Corsica, and we actually back in to Bonifacio in a beautiful fjord. Just the arrival in Bonifacio is second to none. There we are dockside, but when you're dockside in Bonifacio, you get off the yacht and you're steps away from the beautiful town of Bonifacio. We can go through the Corinth Canal, as you can see here, and our guests absolutely love that. That would be on itineraries from Dubrovnik, say, to Piraeus, or from Rome to Piraeus. We also have some voyages, Malta to Piraeus as well. Some excellent examples of itineraries in the Mediterranean. We have 7-night itineraries, 10-night, and 11-night itineraries. We're back into Istanbul in 2023. We had some voyages there this year. We also have had voyages to Israel. We do have a voyage next year to Israel as well. But these are just sample itineraries in the Mediterranean. We are now on the website with itineraries all the way through to the end of 2024. So there's incredibly good options for your clients looking for what's available for yachting with SeaDream Yacht Club. Now, we do groups, we do charters, we do a lot of individuals. Our group program is quite unique. On select voyages, we provide a tour conductor earning opportunity for the 8 staterooms sold. We also, in helping you with your promotional opportunities to generate the group guests, we provide on select voyages up to 3% bonus commission that will help offset your cost of marketing. You have the opportunity to earn up to a maximum of 2 TC staterooms per group. And what we do is we do require a $300 deposit to hold the rate for 3 months during your promotional booking period. This is not available on all voyages, but on select voyages, it is available. We're perfect for groups, family and friends, milestone events, 50th, 60th, birthdays. Focus on yacht and country clubs. I'll tell you, if you get a small group from a yacht or country club of, say, eight couples, your next group with that country club on SeaDream will be far larger because we are absolutely a word-of-mouth product. Incredibly happy guests. Many of them book on board their future voyage, and you get full credit for that booking if you're the agent of record. But they love to tell their friends and relatives about the SeaDream experience. I've got so many over the years situations where we had a small group from a country club and it ended up becoming a very large group the next year or 2 years later. Family reunions we're great for, wine clubs, fine restaurants, that sort of thing are other good targets. We also currently have a very special 21st anniversary celebration where on these select voyages, we are providing a 21% saving off the website rates for guests who book prior to September 30th. I know it's ending very soon. It's been going for a period of time, but should you have an opportunity to tell somebody about SeaDream, these are the voyages that special savings is still available on. Tell them you just had a conversation with the president of the company. You're incredibly impressed and pleased with the product, and you know they'll love the experience. We also, in the area of sales support, we have printed and electronic brochures. I'll show you on the website where you can find those shortly. We have a really cool tool where you can customize a flyer to promote a group on a specific voyage. It's a flyer generator where you put your call to action. You can save it as a PDF or an HTML and send it off to your target audience. We do have travel advisor rates that are available, and if you have interest, you can contact myself or one of our sales directors. And then, of course, our website as well as our reservation support as well. See right at the top of the page in very small print, you see something that says travel agent. On our website, if you go to there and click, you'll get this travel agent center. It's not password protected. You don't need to sign up or anything. You have access though to sign up for our online bookings. If you want to do that, you'll become a big seller of SeaDream and you want to just be able to book online. That flyer generator I mentioned, the image library, a video library, request brochures, access to all of our e-brochures, it's all there. From your standpoint, promoting SeaDream is something your clients will have never heard of, so you can bring them something very new. And as the president of the company, I promise from the bottom of my heart, you send your clients on SeaDream, more than likely they'll rebook on board, but they'll absolutely thank you for telling them about SeaDream and recommending us. These are our sales directors. I have one open position. We have Denise out west. We've got Kirk Anthony in the southeast, Lucille in the northeast in Canada, and then we've got the open position here in the Midwest area, which we will be filling very soon. We're also perfect for charters. We do weddings, we do milestone events, we do family reunions, and we're also very popular for the incentive world as well. Here you could see BMW had us for the Grand Prix in Monte Carlo. They challenged me, wanting their clients to be dining around their automobile. So we built an aluminum platform and we successfully put their automobile over our pool during the Grand Prix. If you have a moment to Google Tom Brady Grand Prix Monte Carlo, you'll see Tom Brady's throwing a football off SeaDream to the winner of the Grand Prix I think that was about 4 or 5 years ago. And then you can see the watch company TAG has used us as their entertainment venue at the Grand Prix in Monte Carlo as well. But we charter, not only for the Grand Prix, we do wedding charters, 3 and 4, 5-day wedding charters in the Caribbean, and many different kind of charters in the Mediterranean as well. You can connect with us in these ways. We're really good on social media. The comment cards from our guests are incredible. The reason I sleep well at night is due to these incredible 95 crew members who absolutely exceed the expectation of our guests. Again, it's 95 on SeaDream 1 as well as 95 on SeaDream 2. My favorite day of the week is actually Mondays and Tuesdays. The reason being, I have the pleasure of reading comment cards from the guests who have just gotten off the yacht. This was actually 2 weeks ago. On a scale of 1 to 10, the overall rating of that voyage was 9.5. And here's just, yacht looks beautiful. Love the new sunbathing area. Our favorite, thank you, overall impression. Another one off a couple of weeks ago. Love the new look in the staterooms. Perfect 10, fantastic. Can't wait to come back. Thank you for another fabulous voyage and the attention on to detail. You are all fabulous at what you do. And we get comment after comment after comment, which just makes me so pleased. The guest getting off the yacht is our best salesperson, because they're out to tell friends, relatives, and show all their pictures to their travel advisor, etc., about the incredible experience they just had. There truly is a difference between our little yacht and the incredible product that Royal Caribbean does with their very large, this is the Oasis of the Sea. I know as you're selling, there's an experience for everyone. Not everyone is perfect for SeaDream. But I will tell you, if you go for the person who's looking for a little more private, a little more boutique experience, the person who's a little more outdoor oriented, we trend younger in age than the traditional luxury cruise lines. Anyone who owns their own boat of any size is also a good target for SeaDream, because they really can feel like it is their yacht. For just themselves and their friends. One other unique thing that happens on SeaDream is if you send a couple on SeaDream, when they're rebooking toward the end of their voyage, their future voyage on SeaDream, in many cases, they're rebooking with someone they met on board. I can't tell you how many of our past guests tell me, I have friends for life who I met right on SeaDream. It's just a beautiful thing to see happen. Anna, I am available for questions that anyone may have, if you have any. I also have some questions that I'll bring up if we don't have any that you see there.
Okay, we do have a few questions coming in. Our first one is from Anita, who is wondering if there are accommodations for the solo traveler.
There are not accommodations specific for solo travelers. All of our staterooms are the same, so we don't have single accommodations. Almost all of our staterooms can be either a queen bed or 2 single beds. And during the Mediterranean season, we have for singles, it's 200%, so there is no savings on singles. When we're in the Caribbean, it's 175% for singles. But I will tell you, we have a lot of ladies who will share a room and so forth when there's groups or gentlemen, whatever the case may be. But we don't have any designated single accommodations.
Okay, understood. Our next question is from John, who is wondering what the minimum age on board is and if there are children on board usually.
Very good question. The minimum age is 1. If someone is under 1, we require a doctor's letter. I will tell you, we're not the best choice for children under, say, 12. We don't do any kiddie programs. We can work with family reunions, multi-generational family reunions, where there's a few young ones. And the ladies who clean our rooms, who are all from the Philippines and are just spectacular, really, really great people, they can do some babysitting, but it's not in a formal way. We don't market to families with really young children. But again, for multi-generational family reunions, we can make it work. And we do have some clients who bring their own nannies on board. I will say in the summer months and over the holidays, couples with well-traveled teenagers will absolutely love SeaDream because of all the water sports activities we have, the mountain bikes that are available, and in many cases, there will be other teenagers during the holidays and during some of the peak summer months on our voyages.
Got it. And we have another question from Anita, who is wondering if you offer travel insurance.
We do have travel insurance available, which in the booking process, you can talk to our reservation agents about. Many guests use our travel insurance. Others want to select their own travel insurance, which is perfectly fine as well. One question that hasn't come up, but what is and what is not included? We have a highly inclusive product. All the water sports, when we take our guests out on biking rides or hikes with the club director or the captain, that would be included. We don't do transfers and we don't do the air portion of the voyages. Right now, we also don't include Wi-Fi connection, but it is at a very affordable price. And I will tell you another thing I'm very proud of. We just installed Starlink. Thanks to Elon Musk, it's now available. We were the first to install Starlink satellite communication on both yachts, and our internet speed went up dramatically. I think it's like 10 times faster. It's a game changer for us because a lot of people love to make SeaDream their home for 1 or 2 week voyages, and having that total connectivity for those who want it or need it is a perfect enhancement that is just been put on both SeaDream 1 and SeaDream 2. We also have included premium spirits, an open bar, all the water sports equipment, the mountain bikes, and so forth.
Perfect. And we do have just a few more questions coming in. We have a few people wondering if you have a travel agent education platform on your website.
We do not have a formal travel agent education one. I do webinars such as this. I also do one that's really focused on group and charter development to help advisors learn how to make those $50,000 to $100,000 commissions just by selling a charter. I love sending those checks out, and stay tuned. You'll be able to get information on when I do my next group and charter development call.
Okay, perfect. And we have just one last question from John, who is wondering if there's any programming or music or entertainment on board.
Very good question. We have a pianist and a guitar player, and it's very casual entertainment. It's not like on a cruise line where it's a big stage show or very, kind of programmed entertainment. We also do dancing around the pool. We do dancing up at the top of the yacht bar. We've got our piano bar as well as our gaming table. There's just real positive, flowing, comfortable, entertaining energy that is taking place on SeaDream. You really do not get bored by any means. The area at night, that's 2 different areas that are kind of hot and active, are up at the top of the yacht bar, or they're on deck 4 in the piano bar area. One question that hasn't come up, but it normally does also, is for anyone who's a little challenged in walking, do you have an elevator? We do have an elevator serving decks 2 all the way up to deck 5. So that's available for guests on both SeaDream 1 and SeaDream 2. But if somebody is really challenged from the standpoint of walking, remember, we're at anchor most of the time. And the reason we're at anchor is our guests love looking out during a casual gourmet dinner out at Amalfi or Capri or wherever we happen to be. And we tender the guests ashore. We tender the guests ashore really late at night as well. So many guests can have their gourmet dinner on board and then after dinner get tendered ashore for some nightlife in places like Saint-Tropez and places like St. Bart's and so forth. But for the person who's really challenged from a walking standpoint, sometimes that gangway down to the tender can just be more challenging.
Okay, understood. And it looks like those are all of our questions. So thank you so much, Bob, for all of the wonderful information. And thank you, everybody, for joining us.
Sincerely appreciate your time and look forward to working with you and helping you sell SeaDream Yacht Club. You will not be disappointed in sending your guests our way. Thank you so much.
Have a great rest of your week, everyone. Bye.
Bye now.